turn to you and ask you about victims. Is there, from your years of experience, have you seen common signs or behaviours or moments where people can actually recognise in that moment that they are being stalked? And if that happens, what's the first step that they should take?
For victim survivors that come into our service is that they're coming to our emergency accommodation, they're seeking protection from hiding. Of course, a multi-agency risk assessment, looking at the risk assessment and their safety plan, is something we all use in our services. It's legislated now to be able to have for information sharing to see what the risk is like. I think there is this disbelief that somebody, a perpetrator or a person using violence, has got to that extent of holding so much control. So it is that form of, I felt like there was surveillance happening, but I couldn't believe it. And was I being, it's what we call gaslighting. Was I being gaslighted on and saying that I was stupid? So it is what we're saying is making this language really accessible to our community to understand stalking. It's not just a physical but a technology modality of stalking as well. We know that young people, the prevalence of young people having technology abuse is much higher than maybe an older person as such. But we're certainly seeing an increase in stalking. We believe any person who is impacted by violence, who says, I've got a sense, I've got a gut feeling, the kids I'm looking in their rooms, I'm feeling in my head, I'm feeling scared, I feel unprotected, I feel he could do this, we take it extremely seriously. We then say we need to call the police and get the police involved in this. We also, anyone who comes into our emergency accommodation, we have a tech suite where we have a tech company that comes in and does sweeping of every app, every car, toys, can be in their homes, or we do a tech suite. It is unbelievable what we find. All I can say is, teddy bears, cameras that we wouldn't even think were possible in a household are absolutely there. Where they're called Centrelink, where they're called Medicare, and they've been able to get the information through apps that have been mirrored on the phone for stalking to find out. So I think, my message is every time a person is feeling like it's that feeling, somatic feeling in the stomach or psychological, that they are being gaslit, it is for us to take it serious.
What's your advice to people who know someone who's being stalked, so either to a family member or a friend who thinks my friend is actually being stalked?
Yeah, I think, as I said, believe them straight up and also walk beside them. So there is support and help. We take it seriously. We can call agencies. We can go to the police. And from going to the police, you can say that there are also other support services, that you're not alone, that we know that this is very prevalent in our society, particularly in domestic and family sexual violence. So I think that is, ensuring that you don't just stop at we believe you, we actually then go, but we're going to walk beside you and really seek support, help you seek support, help you go to the police, make sure you get a reference number when it's been made. That's really important. When you've been a victim survivor and you're there and you're trying to think of everything, you're actually their second eyes and ears and can support them through that. But getting a reference number from the police is so important. Sometimes that's forgotten because you've just given your story. You've given your narrative of what's going on and how you're feeling, and that is emotionally draining as well. So I think really, and if that person's not ready, you might go, I hear that you're not ready. What can I do to support you? And keep checking in, as we know that 2 to 4 women that have been murdered through homicide, that have stalking occurred. Victim survivor. She kept saying, I just don't know how he knows where I am all the time, or what I'm saying, or what I'm doing. And she said, she was a religious person. She said, it must be, God that's telling the person using violence. When we did a sweep, there were cameras. It was so high tech that even the technology company was very, very surprised. And then for her, it was the aha moment. I wasn't going crazy. This is actually happening. Because she kept saying, I just don't understand. And another case was, as I said, the tiles in the pram. The woman couldn't understand every step that she was making. He knew, and he was doing it through messaging as well. And she said, I don't understand. When we did a sweep and we did all of the equipment, there were the tiles in the pram. So every time she went to see someone, every conversation, wherever she went, he had the surveillance to do that. He was stalking her.
Your involvement with men's behavioural change program. So people coming to you, is it the men themselves that come to you, or is it family members? Who is it?
Yeah, our men's referral service, so we're the national front door for services. So the people who ring us are predominantly men. Sometimes we'll get partners who will say, I need to find some help for my man. He needs help and he's not brave enough to ring. So it's a voluntary front door for men who are saying, no, this is not working for me anymore and I need to do different and I need referral to someone who can help. So we offer individual one-on-one counselling, telephone counselling for a single session and referral, or a brief intervention. Could be a structured program of counselling over the phone for a number of weeks, but it's initial engagement, intervention, and then referral onto a specialist provider. But there's a lot of different men who use family violence for a whole range of different reasons, and how you engage with different men, depends on their motivations and what's led them into using family violence and their motivation to change. So I think we probably are dominated by men who have experienced family violence as a child, have grown up in households where there is violence, where there has been controlling with father and male in the household, disrespect of women, and they have, as young men growing up, sort of vowed that this will not be me, and then they become fathers themselves. And I listened to a call the other day of a guy who said, "Oh, I can't believe I threw my 13-year-old daughter down the hallway. I grew up with violence. I can't believe I did that. She pressed all my buttons. I lost control. I lashed out. I said I would never be that man. I can't. I have to do different. I have to find a way out of this because I don't want my kids to experience the childhood that I had. And I don't want to be the father that I had." So we get a lot of those calls where